This is a poem called Dionysus, and it's about my shadow side, I guess. I love being worshipped. That's the problem. All you have to do is say, I'm brilliant a single time, and the mind spins out fantasies of riots and tear gas and secret cults. I would love to seduce a Bacchae of nymphs with my songs and frolic on the hills outside of Thebes. I would feel righteous seeing them rip apart Pentheus to condemn his patriarchal moralism, for with patriarchy overthrown, everyone could join the cult of the god of wine. Jesus turned water into wine. Is he not Dionysus too? Or what if the feud between the anarchist god and the prudish king is actually the real story? At least within my story, could that be? I have always been Bacchus in my own sublimated way ever since I met Nietzsche in college and knew that my energy was chthonic, and I sure as hell would never be an Apollonian like those evangelical boys who judge me. I would paint my nails and be the Dionysian yes to the Socratic no, to say that bodies are not shameful inconveniences to be reasoned or meditated away, but beautiful jewels to be touched and caressed with holy, delicate hands, and cuddle fortresses filled with glitter oozing unicorns where there is no envy, only gratuitous affection and acute attentiveness and hearts burning to fill everyone else with delight. Why is that wrong? Why does the only delight that's properly spiritual have to be abstract? Can I make love to gods as my way of loving God? And I don't think this is greed, but the journey of vocation. I am Star Child, the poet who is sent to make the world dance and release its chains and find out how we can safely snuggle together until every single body fits. That is why I had to be despised and left out and rejected, so I could thirst for the intimacy to make us all gods, not being anything on our own, but together the branches of a tree, which is itself God. And those branches interpenetrate. That's what a tree is, utter perichoresis without shame. We are all flowers, just like every other living thing, and flowers burst into each other's orifices and make a whole meadow of beauty, living in an open family where there's always room for one more head to poke its way through to drink up the sunlight. Yes, it gets crowded, and everyday flowers dry up and fall to the earth, but didn't Jesus himself say that we should be like the lilies of the field who know they belong? Is it really a demonic vision to love being an artist and wanting to write my poems queerly onto more bodies than one? Is it wrong to want to shudder and gasp within a mass of bodies gripping with attachment and forming a strange new family? Or is all of this the trickery of Mara's daughters come to take me out of the game? But what if I'm Maitreya, not Gautama? The holy fool with the gospel of play rather than renunciation, the fat guy in every white hippie's garden who giggles so that people without the discipline to make lotus flowers with their legs for 14 hours a day can breathe their way a little closer to being fully awake and fully at ease. I want to be the big man with the robe that covers little, if anything, who makes people feel safe farting in heaven. If that is my role, then alleluia, let's get started. But if I'm just being a man like any other man who wants to be a god, then grind my ego into dust so fine that I can blow it into kisses to people who will never know I serenaded them. All I want to be is love. And I will keep singing to you and wrestling with you until you show me how to be your child, whatever you are, wild poet who keeps making the story stranger and even more delightful.